Welcome back, you beautiful people. It is October 2023. So naturally, we're taking a look back at what happened in September 2023, as well as where we sit for the first 3 quarters of 2023, first 9 months. We are 3 quarters of the way through the year, and almost each quarter has told a bit of a different story. So it's been an interesting ride so far, to say the least. As always, hit that like button if you're liking what you're hearing. Subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date on all of the different information and all the different listings before they hit MLS, as well as share this with someone who you think might be interested in this kind of information. You can also book an appointment directly with me in the Calendly link if you'd like to do so. We'll just jump right into it. In the month of September, you can see we sold a few more houses than we did in 2022. The average price slightly went down compared to 2022, but the average price versus August 2023 was exactly the same to the dollar, which was a little bit nuts, if you ask me. The inventory you can see is up, certainly up, and so we have more houses for potential buyers to choose from. The effect that that's going to have, obviously, is that those potential buyers are a little bit slower in making their decision. You can see we've got 3.44 months of inventory. We are still in the tail end of a seller's market. After we cross that 4-month threshold, then it will change to a balanced market. The combined, you can see we've sold a total of 14.4 less properties than we had sold last year. And again, last year at this point, we had sold less properties than in the year before. So the number of sales is definitely dropping. The average price down by 4.4%. And the average price month over month, like I said, was exactly the same. A little bit weird. We've got a new system that's reporting. It's supposed to sort of take everything into account all the way across Canada. So CREA, the Canadian Real Estate Association, is the person who's putting out these stats now. If it's the exact same month over month numbers, the first time I've seen it in the last 10 years. For a numbers nerd like me, that is some interesting information. We're seeing lower number of showings. We're seeing buyers waiting on the sidelines, waiting, sellers getting nervous and reducing their price to sell. But we're not seeing the average prices necessarily changing yet. It might change as we move forward. But again, when we're comparing everything back that happens in this tail end of 2023, we're going to be comparing it back to the market dropping out in the back end of 2022. If we switch onto the residential side, you can see the number of residential sales is up by 3.8%, and the average price is up by 2.7%. Again, this was as the market was on its way down at the end of 2022. The inventory, however, is more. There's more to choose from, and that's why you're seeing buyers taking longer to make buying decisions. You're not seeing a lot of showings on properties. We've got 3.6 months of inventory, and again, we talked that is still technically the tail end of a seller's market. On the residential side, you can see year to date, we have sold less properties by 12.8%, and the average price is down by 7.2%. And again, the residential market is now being divided into, when we're doing this new reporting system, detached, semi-detached, and row units, which is allowing for more clarity, more specific comparisons. Further to that, each division of property allows for different subdivisions based on the type of dwelling, whether it's a bungalow, a 2-story house, a 3-story house, if it's split level, on the condo side, if it's a 1 level. All of that is allowing us to dig down deeper into the specifics of, hey, what are you really up against? Because a residential versus a condo isn't the same as a residential row unit that is a bungalow versus a residential 2-story detached house, right? Those are not the same thing. So this is going to give us a lot more information. If you want to see all of that raw data, happy to share it. Just let me know. You can send me an email, carrier pigeon, comment below in the video. You can schedule a Calendly link and I can share it all with you, set it up so that you can see all of that for yourself. Breaking it down and getting onto the condo side, you can see the number of condos sold is slightly less than it was last year, and the average price is down by about $15,000. On the inventory side, we've got a little more to choose from the condo side, but not a lot more. And you can see even, versus last month, not just last year, there's not a lot more that's on the market. The condo world is a bit of an anomaly right now, with still less than 3 months of inventory. It is still a seller's market for well-priced condos. Year to date, you can see the average price is down by 5.4%, and the total number of sales is down by 16.1%. The condo segment is actually, and this is where it gets silly and weird, condo segment is up by $25,000 after being down by $23,000 combined the previous 2 months to this one. So it kind of, again, levels out. So taking the monthly number sort of as gospel here can prove problems, especially if you're talking about the month over month. The analysis needs to have a little bit further back, specifically because there's not as many condo sales to choose from as there are residential or, of course, combined. There is, I think, a great opportunity for buyers over the next 4 to 6 months as the market sort of winds down. Typical seasonality seems to be back in Ottawa, and sellers are required to list their property at the right price, or they run the risk of no showings, no offers, no interest. You become dead in the water. Hiring a professional agent who's able to tell you these things and knows the reality of the situation is going to make a world of difference, whether you're buying or whether you're selling. As always, reach out. The team and I are more than happy to help. The phone number 1-888-REAL585. And until then, keep it real, collective.